Hey, I want to talk about place value relationships. What happens to a digit that's moved from place to place, and how does its value change? Let's start out here in the ones place, and let's use the number 1 as our digit. If I put a 1 in the ones place, it has a value of 1. This tiny little square would be 1 in the ones place. If I take that 1 and I move it to the tens place, now the value changes. A 1 in the tens place has a value of 10. So what happened to the value from the ones to the tens? How did that value change? It multiplied by 10. When we went from the ones place to the tens place, we went from this 1 in the ones place to this 1 in the tens place. It would take 10 of these to equal 1 of these. So it's 10 times greater. We had a change of times 10. If we go now and we move the 1 to the hundreds place, what value is that now? A 1 in the hundreds place has a value of 100. How does the value change from 10 to 100? Again, it's 10 times greater. Here is my 10, and here is my 100. It would take 10 of these to equal 1 of these. So it's 10 times greater. Can you guess what's coming next? Sure you can. We're going to take that 1 and we're going to put it in the thousands place. The value of 1 in the thousands place is 1,000. And again, how many times greater from 100 to 1,000? It's 10 times greater. It would take 10 of these hundreds flats to equal a 1,000 cube. So again, it's going to be 10 times greater. Okay? So as a generalization, we can say that no matter where we are in a number, if we move one place to the left, that number is going to be 10 times greater, as long as it's the same digit, 10 times greater than it was one place to the right. Now, what happens if we move, instead of one place to the left, instead we move 2 places to the left? Instead of going from 1 to 10, we go from 1 to the 100. If we go 2 places over, what will that value be? Now, a lot of times the children want to say it's 20 times greater, because they'll take the 10 and the 10 and they'll add them together. But we're not adding, we're multiplying. Times 10 times 10, 10 times 10 is 100. So that 2-place movement is going to result in a value that's 100 times greater. So again, our generalization now, if we move 2 places, we're going to increase our value times 100. What do you think my next question is going to be? That's right, it's going to be what happens if we move 3 places at a time? If we go 3 places, it's going to be 10 times 10 times 10, and it's going to be 1,000 times greater. 1,000 times greater. So what does all this look like in a number? Let's take a look. If I have a number like 6,770, the value of this 7 in the hundreds place is 700. 700 is how many times greater than that 7? Well, it's 1 place different, so it's going to be 10 times greater. So 700 is 10 times greater than the value of the second 7, which is in the tens place. That has a value of 70. So we can say 700 is 10 times greater than 70. Once we understand that idea, we can then start removing some of these words and start putting in mathematical symbols. The mathematical symbol for is the equal sign. So we can write 700 is equal to 10 times 70. 700 is equal to 10 times 70. This 700 is 10 times greater than that 70. Okay, let's look at another one. Let's do 58,516. What digits are the same? The two 5s are the same. So now I want to write the value of the largest number, the one that's in the furthest place to the left. This 5 has a value of 50,000. So 50,000 is going to be equal to, now, we want to see how many times greater is this 5 than that one? It's 2 places over. Do you remember how many times greater it was when it's 2 places over? It's 100 times greater. So it's going to be 100 times the value of this 5. And the value of this 5 is 500. Okay? So when you're looking at the place-value relationships, you have to remember how many times you move is going to affect how many times greater the number is. If you move 1 place over, it's 10 times greater. 2 places over, 100 times greater. 3 places over, 1,000 times greater. Okay? Try to remember that. Always do the best you can. We'll see you next time.